Hello, folks of YouTube. I'm Essel. Welcome to Katamari Chill / State of the Stream 2023 Episode 1. This is our regularly scheduled monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, whatever this is, irregularly scheduled bit where we talk about the state of the stream, talk about what we've been up to, recap how we felt about the last few games, talking about what we're up to right now and what we're going to be up to soon, and anything else that comes up. And maybe we've got Q&A, ideas, thoughts, feedback. Happy to hear all those during the stream. We'll chat. If you're on YouTube watching this later, of course, come on by, join us live. I stream regularly. I do the Katamari less regularly, but if you want to catch the Katamari live and join in the chat, you got to be here live. So come on by twitch.tv/SL_TV. Discord as well, if you want updates on stuff like the streams. So without further ado, this is tonight's docket over here. Hello, AT. It's good to see you. This is the docket tonight. This is what we've been up to, what we're going to be up to in the near future, and the future, which is more nebulous. I make no guarantees about the future segment. Part 3 is the nebulous segment, but fun stuff to talk about anyway. But yes, the stuff that is definitely happening right now, past, present, future. We'll get to that less in order than we have in the past couple, because we gotta flow a little bit. But this is roughly what we're gonna be getting up to. So that's that. If you have any ideas or feedback, of course, hit me up on Discord, Twitter, etc., or in the YouTube comments. And without further ado, let's get to it. Now, I'm excited. So, like, with Persona 3, speaking of things in the future. Hello? Oh. We have started DR1, yeah. I mean, at least in theory. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just in the tutorial still. Yeah, so P3, I do want to play P3. I do want to play P3. Actually, vote. Not actual vote, but anybody... If you're watching the future and you're like, I would love to see chat on screen for Katamari, please let me know. Do we have space for chat on screen? Let's see. Maybe we do, actually. Come on. This is I have mixed feelings on chat on screen, but I think Katamari is like a time to deploy chat on screen, so yeah. It's important to have context, but behave yourselves. Yeah, so here's the problem. Yeah, P3. I really want to play P3. I've heard good things about it. We're in this far. We gotta play P3. The question is, do I wait for the remake that is basically confirmed and play that in 2 to 3 years or whatever? Or do I play P3 first as well? Okay. What did I just say? But yeah, that is. Yeah, there are so many games to play. You're all technically on screen now. But look. Well, that's amazing. Yeah, this is the problem. So like I think I don't know, it's tough. Also, like, they could do new things to it. You know what I mean? Like they could make a new game. Effectively. If the wish list, yeah, there's a remaster of, is it P3P, I believe? I can't remember if this would get a bonus for being in here or not. Is that what it is? I can't remember. But we could play FES instead of P3P, and then assume they're going to combine them for the remaster. Persona 6 after 3 for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's soon. Is there something in here? Am I thinking of Katamari 2? I do want to play FES. I do want to play P3. We could play FES. I know P3P is the weird one because there's no like overworld really, right? So FES is the one that has, wait, which is the one that has like no party control? Is that FES or is that all of them? Is there no cousin in here? Am I losing my mind? That's okay. So do you have direct control in P3P? Oh, that's so weird. West Side Story sequel is FPS for P3P. The remake better be good. We're not going to skip all the story, but like the intro is whatever. Tonight's tea is peppermint, actually. Usually has spearmint, but today we're switching it up and having peppermint instead. It's such a fascinating change. And the party controls. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I don't think I'd hate it. I'm just like a little bewildered by it as a concept, but I don't think I'd hate it though. Yes. Okay. Starting fresh is always a little tricky, but we're gonna be here for a little while, so you know, may as well get started with a new one. It's fun. It's fun to build. I think one thing about Katamari that I really like is there's a slow build. You know what I mean? I think that the build up is great. The scaling is a big part of the appeal. Okay, this controller cable is driving me insane, but we will get through it. Okay, make a brand new star. So when you're rolling, try to make the Katamari this big in this amount of time. Thank you, RoboKing. For what it's worth, no, PS3 controller. I just forgot to charge it. And it's hard to charge it while you're... I have not found a plug that it wants to charge in that is not the PS3. While it's being used. I can charge in my PC, but then it wants to be used by the PC. Interesting. That's really cool. Character development. Can you imagine? Character development in my Atlas game? No. It couldn't be. No, that's impossible. But I've of course heard a lot of good about the writing for P3, so excited for sure. So yeah, quick little rundown while we're chatting about P3. I'll interject a little bit with the past segment here. We've been playing some games. So I was like bracing myself. I was like, oh my god, how long has it been since the last one? And figured we'd have to talk about Ace Attorney, but we did one after Ace Attorney. We did one in October after Ace Attorney, so we're covered. So we actually didn't do we didn't do that much. So what we did do is actually an unfinished project, which is to say this year's Mr. Bones Wild Ride Resident Evil Edition. So if anyone's familiar, every year we do a bit called Mr. Bones Wild Ride, which is just nebulously Halloween-themed games. That's all I'm saying. It's Halloween, and it's really skeleton themes. Yes, so we did play RE7. Yes, so that is the bit that I am apologizing for now, which is, or, you know, just saying thank you for bearing with the schedule more so. Which is to say that we played RE7, had a wonderful time with it. Wonderful is, you know, I guess, not the right adjective, but I enjoyed a lot of it. I enjoyed it greatly. It was very scary and spooky. I really liked playing it. Oh, the soundtrack is great and forever. As somebody very much a sucker for remixes, this is a very remix-heavy soundtrack, and it's very fun. Yes, 8 is on the docket. The problem is that we started Danganronpa, and that is fairly consuming right now. And FE Engage is coming out, and we're gonna probably at least try it. I don't know if I'm gonna, you know, commit to playing the whole thing on stream, but we will probably play it. So I'm just trying to figure out when to fit in 8. 8 is definitively on the docket, though. I want to confirm about the segment. My main note is to confirm that we are playing RE8. My other note is to ask, how do we feel about horror games in general? Because we also have on the, you know, this is a spoiler alert, on the near future segment, we have Dead Space Remaster. Spooky Scary is very fun. Like, I think I mentioned during Robo Rainbow, during Resident Evil 7, that it's a little tricky to play. Kind of like, you know, this is true. This is true of a lot of genres. I like chatting during the games, and it's harder to chat when we gotta keep the atmosphere high. You know what I mean? My Robo Rainbow actually worked? Yes. Okay. Future, Katamari. Where do you put it? Oh, here it is. We did okay, I think. We did okay. Slippery size. Okay, yeah, I know. I was the one who was still in the beginning of this. Okay, that's fine. Okay, play things, blah, blah, blah. Calculating total score. Yeah, 98 point, whatever. 98, not bad. It's out of 100? What is it? Okay, got the camera, whatever. Where's skipping? Out of here. So true, so true. Well, is it 120 then? Because it gave us, we got a C. Oh, we got a, okay. So we didn't do well. We got a Comet, though? So we got so you get shooting stars or comments or whatever they are from playing rapidly. This is very important. Jumbo Man is very important. They are very important. Again, not the best one. I over the years, I have become increasingly convinced that We Love Katamari is the best by a pretty wide margin, all around. But much like how Dark Souls 3 is not the best Dark Souls game, it is the best one to play. And I think Forever is the best Katamari that I own to play. It is not the best game, though. I think the best game is We Love Katamari. All around. But look, Dark Souls is the wrong comparison point to make because of this exact thing. You don't want to compare anything to Dark Souls ever. But, let's look really, yeah. We Love Dark Souls, the best Dark Souls. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay. Yes, like breaking the, so the King of all Cosmos has gone to sleep. And he needs to be woken up. He fell asleep, all the stars are broken, etc., etc. Yes, it is the new Fire Emblem, which I am planning to play, but it is, you know, one of those things. It looks funny. Very self-indulgent for the series. But we will have to find out. We've forgotten so much from me. So true. Again, why do we say we? So true. So, 7. Brief discussion of 7. Yes, it's very good. The right length, does not drag too long, good set pieces. Gameplay was really satisfying, really tense with resource management. Really liked the game, super fun. Scared my wits. So good. Yeah, I just mean self-indulgent, I guess, with regards to like the like summoning heroes from the series thing. You know what I mean? But I think it's not quite the right term. So we got 7. You know, there's not much else I can say. It's a very sharp survival horror game. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of ways to flavor this statement, but yeah, that's the thing. So what I've heard about Engage so far, my impression is that the gameplay is quite strong, but the writing is very and it's one of those things that's a little tough. I think it depends a lot for me on the genre, because I know it's very easy to say like, oh, if the gameplay is good, the writing doesn't need to be there, and that's true in a lot of cases. I think in other cases, it's very important to have the writing be there, but in a lot of cases, yeah. And yeah, I do think 7 was like, especially in the first third. After that, it got very traditional Resident Evil. I think you know, as the game progresses, it gets increasingly outlandish and Resident Evil-y. But in the beginning, oh my god, that opening segment is like, whew, very creepy. And yeah, I didn't mind it. I mean, you know, I enjoy Resident Evil getting very silly. But I must also, yeah, I'm pretty down for that, especially when it is this mode of silly, where it's not necessarily tonally silly, but in terms of the like plot elements being introduced, it's very silly. That I'm all for. You know, as soon as we start introducing like laboratories and experimentation and crazy, you know, science zombie mechanics, I'm all down for it. But yeah, very solid game. Had a great time with it. Highly recommend it if you like horror. I mean, it's really strong, and I think, you know, very effective in that. There's not a lot of you know, like there's only a couple jump scares and most of the jump scares, and they're very well earned, I should say. So really enjoyed that a lot. Good game. Pokemon. You know, I think of Pokemon if you've been watching the stream lately. I like it a lot. It's a mess of a game, Scarlet and Violet. They're a mess. The sweet, sweet smell of Katamari. They're a mess, but they're very fun. I got distracted for a while playing Pokemon, so if you don't like Pokemon, I'm sorry, because we played a lot of it on stream. My bad. It's not, you know, I'm glad we played through it. We played a little too long on the stream, but I had a great time with it, and very excited to play some more VGC going forward. I got into VGC a little bit through this, and I had a great time. So really, really enjoyed the Pokemon experience so far, and looking forward to playing more. We caught all of them. We caught all the Pokemon. 100. Yay, we did it. Perfect score. Oh, so 898. What the 98? They were like, oh, it's fine. You got a fine Katamari. It's literally 2 points off. Furious. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. The Pokemon, like, just the experience is just fantastic. It is, infuriating because the game is such a mess. But despite everything, that game does shine. Scarlet Violet, yeah. And it shines all the way through. I really, and it's funny because I really did not think I was going to enjoy, you know, open world Pokemon. I was very convinced that I would be like not into it, and I really liked it. So I'm still playing it off stream, and yeah, that's what we got. That's what we got. So enjoyed it a lot. For the future of Pokemon, we may do an occasional VGC stream just for some chill out time. I think we had a good time with those so far. You know, laddering is a good time. This sounds good, Ozzy. And yeah, I mean, how do I put this? I don't know. There are some of the designs. I don't know. I'll have to see Engage in person, I guess. I waffle a lot on, like, you know, some of that type of design. Sometimes I really like it, but a lot of times, I don't know. Depends. It depends a lot. But yeah, really enjoyed that, and may do some more shiny hunting as well, because that was a good chill activity. It was my first time shiny hunting on stream ever in Scarlet Violet, and I thought it was pretty fun. I think it can be a little demoralizing, but it's also very fun. Stress eating. Don't start stress eating, Robo King. It's okay. He's so anxious. It's so sad. I feel so bad for him. Poor dude. Okay, so that's that. Pokemon, again, not much to say. I think, you know, my opinions are very well documented on it, and the long story short of Pokemon is that it's a great game buried under a mountain of mess and unforced errors. So you get foods. Okay. So that is the main peril of Scarlet Violet, is that there's so many unforced errors. It's infuriating because there's an even better game buried underneath. Yes, yeah, is it Picasso or Picasso? Yes, 100%. Yeah. 100%. Like, precisely that. You can just feel it, Picasso, yeah. I've liked a lot of Picasso's designs in other areas. I don't love the protagonist designs in Engage. I think they're a little whack, but I like a lot of Picasso's designs, though. It's like completely insane that, like, I like Picasso's character in Fate Grand Order, but do not like the protagonist Engage designs, but it's all the little details, you know? Just the little details. So fingers crossed for the next Pokemon, whenever that happens. And for the DLC, honestly. It's very unfortunate given that it's the end of the game, but the, like, you know, the final major set piece in Scarlet Violet is like one of the best single segments in a Pokemon game I think ever. It was unbelievably good for a Pokemon game. It's not like it's revolutionary or anything, but for the series, oh my god, grading on a curve here. But holy cow, it was so good. The dialogue, the character relationships. There was so much happening. The set pieces were great. Fantastic. Can't say enough good about it. Area Zero is just amazing. And I had a blast. So if we get more of that in the DLC, I'll be very happy. But more of that style of thinking. But we'll see, I guess, of course. Yeah, exactly. And it certainly does that. I think, you know, it's weird. Scarlet Violet, again, for all the mess that it is, and it is, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to, like, downplay how much of a technical mess these games are. But, like, some of the best narrative the series has seen. Some of the best character writing by a long shot. There's a properly emotional arc in one of the main characters. That's crazy. You know, that's an achievement for a Pokemon game. That doesn't happen too often. Very wild. So, you know. Oh, that's good. Here. Yeah, I you know, my main take about Scarlet and Violet is this, despite everything, it's you know, very much in spite of everything. When I played Sword and Shield, I barely finished them, and I left those games feeling I don't know if Pokemon main series games are for me anymore. I maybe fell off. I don't like the formula anymore. I don't know. And so that was like playing Sword and Shield, and I was like, well, I don't know if I'm feeling it anymore. And then turns out, no, maybe just Sword and Shield weren't that good. So the Gen 3 or yeah, understandable. Gen 3 was very good. And, you know, the Pokemon formula is what it is in a lot of ways. And it's not all good. You know, it's certainly something that I enjoy oftentimes in spite of itself. But, you know. Wavefolds, what's up? Hey! No! The dub and the L. No, it's okay. That's not even a huge L. Look, we're actually talking about it. I have on the docket, not on the formal docket, but on the local docket, the hidden docket, to mention the Underscore Industries Gacha Variety Hour. It's coming back, maybe. So, anyway. Pokemon, you know the thoughts that we got. Roguelikes, not a ton to talk about. We've been doing more roguelikes lately. It's been a lot of fun. We did a big Risk of Rain 2 phase the last couple months. It's been a lot of fun playing Risk of Rain 2. Vampire Survivors, Hades. Been a lot of fun. Very excited for Hades 2. Yeah. Yeah, no, Genshin is, so here's, well, let me finish the rogue I thought, then I'll go off on Genshin for a few minutes. Because here's the thing, I cannot be tempted to go back to Genshin. It was a very adversarial relationship, and I'm already playing 3 gacha games right now. And I can't play another one because there are more coming out that I want to play. So I can't play Genshin. But, man. So yeah, roguelikes, we played some good ones. Vampire Survivors rules, we already knew that. We didn't finish Soulstone, but it was great. Yes, very, very fair turnout. Very, very fair. I do think Genshin might, well, here, I'll get to it. I need to finish one thread first. Let me finish one thread, then we'll get to the next thread. And also to go back to it, I watched season 1 of Komi-san Waffles, and I really liked it. I wasn't, like, blown away, but it was really cute, and the production on that anime is nuts. So I know it's like a, you know, like a Reddit darling. So it's, you know, well enjoyed. What else do we play? I'm checking the VODs right now. It was like really mostly Pokemon. Yeah. Here's my so yeah, those have been mostly, that's like Steam, I guess. Those are mostly the roguelikes we played. We're gonna play more going forward. That should be still, you know, I think it hopefully is understood that I like roguelikes and we like roguelikes around here. So if you want to see more roguelikes, I have good news for you. We're gonna play more. But yeah, I like Risk of Rain 2 a lot. We're gonna play more of that. You know, not a lot of roguelike news. My main note there is we may do the roguelike variety hour a little more often if we need to have some more breaks. Because you know, one thing I've always mentioned I do like to be conscious of, that I want to be more conscious of in the future, is, no, I literally, look, I literally just upload the variety hour. is that this has been a problem for a while. A problem. It's not a problem, but it's a pitfall of the formula, which is to say, we like to play. I like to play. We like to play on the stream here, long-running narrative games. Here's the inherent problem. I'm turning the volume down so you can actually hear me for this. Here is the inherent problem with this. When we play Danganronpa for a month and a half or whatever, if you don't want to watch me play Danganronpa, you're out of luck. That's it, right? That's not good. So I do want to mix in more no strings attached segments to make sure that if you do want to watch me play video games and or chat with the people of chat and hang out, that we can do that. So I do want to figure that out. I don't know if the answer to that is splitting up the streams themselves into 2 parts or having entire days to different things. Probably that. I will, if it's not Danganronpa, it's something else, right? Oh, God, I hate this one. Look, I think there are many reasons to not want to watch Danganronpa, and I respect them because it's a very unhinged game. No, I'm sorry, it's a very normal game for normal people. But yeah, I'm having a good time so far, but man, between the game itself and then the relatively nuclear discourse constantly happening around it, I very much understand the desire to not want to watch any, or like, you know, if you just aren't interested in Persona or whatever, right? Like surprising that you found me, because that's the series on the YouTube channel, for example. But if you did, hey, even then, like you know, what are you gonna do for like 3 months or whatever, right? So I do want to mix in more stuff like the roguelikes and like, you know, Pokemon stuff, things that are more clearly like, hey, you can drop in, drop out, don't need any context, don't need any buy-in, you can just show up. So I want to make sure we're mixing that in more. If that's a weekly thing, if that's again like we do an hour to 2 of a story game and then swap after that, I don't know. Yeah, I agree to not, yeah. You know, at least as, you know, so if I ever had the time to do much longer streams, that'd be one thing. We could do, you know, the afternoon of a main game and then switch in the evening or something. But yeah, I think I agree that the days is easier all around. So, you know, the big difficulty is, of course, trying to work around very limited time. Oh, understandable. Is that from Discord? I was like, where did I just say that? I didn't see this message. Okay. Yes. Yes, absolutely. That's why we have the docket anyway. So yeah. That is that. And yes, so keep that in mind. Again, thank you for the feedback, Sean. I do appreciate that. If anybody has thoughts on stuff like this, please do let me know. Again, I can never promise to actually implement any of the feedback in the way that you're saying to, or anybody's saying to, but, or same thing with game suggestions. I can never promise I can actually, you know, do it as you're suggesting, but I take it all into consideration every time and think about it a lot. So thank you very much. So that's that. The Genshin thoughts. Okay, Genshin thoughts. Genshin survives the comparison. I don't think it's as good as Breath of the Wild. I don't. But here's the thing. It survives the comparison. That is such a horrifying concept for a MOBA game. It's infuriating. Because like I played it at launch and I really liked it. I think Genshin, like a lot of games, blew up in a big way, or not like a lot of games. Unlike any other MOBA game that I'm aware of, any other gacha game that I'm aware of, like it is like literally like a full degree better earning than anything else. It's like in its own category at this point, right? That's one thing. On the other side, it's really good, like to play through. My main contention with Genshin is that I do not think it does a good job as an ongoing game. That is my impression. As far as like the day-to-day, the week-to-week, I did not like signing in to do Genshin dailies. I found it very frustrating. Playing through new story content, fantastic. Yes, I think I have some quibbles often with MiHoYo/Hoyo Labs character design, but on the whole, they do a really good job. For what it's worth, like I'm saying this from a position of somebody who like really does like a lot of what MiHoYo does. I've played a bit of Honkai Impact, and I'm looking forward to ZZZ and Honkai Star Rail whenever those come out. Pressure. So my theory, so my feeling about Genshin is this: so the Genshin, if is not a fantastic game to play as an MMO light, as a gacha game. Basically, it's a great game to play as a weird free-to-play open world RPG. Because there aren't that many. Like, there's like, how many party-based character action Breath of the Wild likes are there? Now there's a lot, I guess. But when it came out, there weren't a lot. You know? And so I find that fascinating. And the music is great, the presentation's great. It's one of those things. I think it's frustrating because, like, you know, I do want to emphasize that, like, while I am somebody who has gotten into the gacha game / MOBA game / whatever sphere, personally, want to emphasize that I very much respect anybody's desire to stay far away from it, because it is very dangerous. And my main contention these days is that, for my own sanity at least, is that AAA has gotten so deep into wild monetization as well that it's just kind of hard to escape, and that the free-to-play models, being what they are, is sort of what it is at this point. And I think if you are not somebody who is deeply susceptible to gambling patterns, because if you are, do stay clear. Please, like, it's not good for you. But if you are not the type of person, I think you can have a very good time playing this game for free or cheap. Yes, that is the thing. And so that is, for example, how I feel about FGO. A game that is very genuinely hard to recommend anybody ever play, unless you are deep in the tight moon sauce, in which case you're probably already playing FGO. So FGO is a very weird game because it is enormous, right? Very large game. You know, not compared to Genshin at this point, but still has been for the last 7 years one of the biggest games in the market. It's a visual novel RPG that you can play on your phone, and content goes out for it every 2 weeks. This is the thing that really got me with the sort of gacha / MOBA game market, is that, like, I have not played big MMOs, but they're scary and involve subscriptions. Oftentimes, and I'm like, well, this is a lot of time and investment, and that is the case. As is the case with gacha games oftentimes, but they're very micro-sized is the thing that sort of got me trying it out, and also now why I'm hilariously open to 2014, is that I'm like, well, like, I like the idea of games with updates, right? Like, it's a fun thing to have sometimes, and I have not found any other place other than this weird slice of the mobile industry that is so based around really, really frequent updates. Yeah, I think, finishing a game, very tricky, I think it's really tricky. Here's my main thinking on this whole thing. I've been playing so badly, by the way. We've been playing awfully. It's Katamari, doesn't matter, but this game is actually kind of hard at times. My main thinking is this. I think that there are a lot of gacha games that could have larger audiences than they do, if people played them just for the story. Like, this is the thing that separates the games you should stay away from the games that I think are worth checking out sometimes. Like Genshin, you do not need any gacha characters to... Oh, so true. That's part 3 of tonight's docket turn on. So stay tuned. But like, Genshin is a great example of this. You do not need to roll the gacha ever to play Genshin. I think this is important to note. You can play the game totally free to play with the character they give you in the story. You can upgrade them just enough to get to the story. Now, talk about playing events or playing online, God help you. But to my knowledge, you can play through the whole game just with the free characters. And that probably is still true. They gave out a lot of them and they were all reasonably okay last time I played. They weren't amazing, but they were all okay. Now, were you going to break any records? No. Was some of the harder variations of content going to be difficult? Yes, quite. But my memory of this, of Genshin, was that you could play through the content that existed at launch, at least, with the characters. I think that's something that's like worth thinking about. So my main thinking is this: is that like in the games that are good, you don't have to spend money at all. You do get, you know, playing free to play is a time and energy investment, but like if you just like a hard, I am not spending money on it. If you are not somebody who, you know, it's dangerous, right? It's dangerous. It's very much a gamble to keep up with that psychologically. So keep that in mind. It's a risk that you can run into, but if that's something that you feel you can do, it can be very worth it, I think. You know, I've been playing, you know, FGO for like, what, 4.5 years? I know, right? I gamble. Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. That's something for me that is, I think, important with the games that I've played over the years, is that, like, the games to stay away from games that have multiplayer. Like, FEH is a game that I've, like, been horrified by the whole time I've been playing these games, because, like, it's a game that not only has IVs, which is, like, blowing my mind. You could roll a bad version of a character. I know you can kind of fix them over time, but I'm just like, what? You can roll a bad character in the gacha you paid money for? But there's multiplayer. My advice, stay far away from multiplayer. If you're not playing multiplayer, nothing matters. You know what I mean? Like, I've played Fate Grand Order for like almost 5 years, I think, now. Oh my god. Ugh. Really? Ew. But I've not spent that much money on it in that time. And most of the money I have been has been, you know, just in the twice a year anniversary and New Year's packs. And that's it. And there's no pressure to play the game faster. All you can do in Fate Grand Order is get characters to play the game faster and with less effort. So Genshin, right, there's some co-op. People might yell at you if you have your characters bad. I don't know how this works. I don't know the Genshin meta. But the trick is decoupling yourself from the meta, as it were, I think. Games that have multiplayer, again, stay away, because that's where the pressure comes in. Like, I played a little bit of Epic 7. That's a game that is very multiplayer driven. And multiplayer can be really exciting because it gives you infinite content, right? I think multiplayer that's so helpful in this genre is that, sorry, it was driving me insane, is that there's this major complaint in a lot of MMO adjacent genre games, and that is that there is no end game. PvP, there it is, folks. Infinite end game. You can just keep playing forever. And that's great for some people, but you have to keep up, and keeping up sucks. So games like FGO, for example, not so easy to play FGO. FGO is not a good game in so many ways. The writing can be and is sometimes extremely good. And that's, you know, that's it, right? That's the thing you're playing FGO for. The writing is sometimes extremely good. Other times it's horrendous and atrocious. You know, that's Type Moon in a nutshell, though, right? So that's a known quantity. Exactly. So the thing is, the studios that are doing good writing do good writing. Fate has over time gotten dramatically more consistent and stronger. And the game that I will say I've been saving to mention for last, Arknights, I think does a phenomenal job of this 90% of the time. Yeah, that's fair labels for sure. Because, like, that's the trick, is trying to figure out what you're spending money on, right? I think the biggest thing, as with playing, like, a card game, right? I play Magic the Gathering. I have I'm literally below on this desk of just like piles of uncategorized cards because I was playing some stuff recently and I gotta, it's a good game. You do not, you will not catch me buying packs of Magic the Gathering cards like ever because it's bad. What are we supposed to? Oh, this is. Oh my god, I shouldn't have skipped it. I hate this one. Most of the king ones actually are so evil. We got to guess exactly 20 centimeters. So my main advice is if you're trying any of this stuff out, do not, if you can help it at all, unless you are either again in a financial position to do so, in which case you have fun. You know what I mean? Like people spend money. This is the one thing. People like one thing I will say is that there are many bad things to spend money on, right? In this world, there are so many of them, and everybody does it. If you were in a position to waste money on a gacha game, and you were keeping track of your spending, like, by all means. Some people spend a ton of money drinking on the weekend. Some people gamble in the real casinos. Some people, it's like, there are many financial vices, and this is but one of them. So, I mean, like, I'm not going to say this is uniquely bad on that front. It is very dangerous, though, like regular gambling. And if you are not in a position to do that, and or you are not aware of how much you're spending, it can be very dangerous. So, keep that in mind. I want to emphasize that. But I also want to say, like, it's like I don't think it's, sometimes in the gaming sphere it's treated as like a uniquely bad thing, and it's like, well, like, it can be bad, but also if you spend $20 every couple months, like, that doesn't seem too bad to me. You know what I mean? So, oh, I don't even know. Sure. So, what was I saying? I don't know. Single player games are good because you don't need to spend money on them. If you get new characters in the gacha, it's fun. You can play with house money exclusively and have a good time playing Fate Grand Order. You don't need to spend a dime on it. The game like doesn't want you to spend money on it. Like they like, it's very weird. It's such a weird game. It's not the most friendly game in the world by several miles. So that's where Arcanites comes into play for me. Only game I'd recommend people actually try, if you are willing to try this type of thing and feel that you are safe to do so, is Arcanites is really good. It is a tower defense game, and it's very good. I played on Senior Content before, and it's I love it. I think it's very good. The writing can be hit or miss for some people. It is a Chinese game, so the writing style is in the mode of a lot of Chinese mobile games, which is to say very long-winded. No, I don't play Raid Shadow Legends. I don't play Raid Shadow Legends. But oh my god, the Arcanite soundtrack is phenomenal. Character designs are fantastic. They are obsessed with making new UI elements constantly, which is very potent. No, I'm sorry, I love Raid Shadow Legends, huh? Anyway, I love Arcanites. It's very good. It is a gacha game. You can spend money on it. You shouldn't spend money on it unless you want to. But there are lots of ways to spend fixed amounts of money, which is my cup of tea. My main advice for surviving a gacha game is only spend money if you're going to spend money. If you're opening up that door, only do so in fixed amounts. Make sure there is like a pack you can buy exactly one time. Buy it one time and then you're done. The dangerous thing is if you're like, well, I could just buy some currency to keep rolling with. Don't do that. Very dangerous. If you got money to burn, sure. But if you're trying to hold your money on these things, that's my advice to you. Buy the packs. Like, almost every game has a monthly pass. I know Genshin has the Welkin Moon thing, right? That's a great and easy way to spend money on a game. It's like $5 a month. You're playing it. You're probably playing this game for dozens and dozens of hours in the course of a month. It gives you, like, in terms of like currency per dollar, 10x what you're getting if you just buy currency raw. That's a great way to play the game, and it gives you so much extra juice. Oh, I did not. That's another dangerous game. It's a la carte, which is the important thing, right? I will always say a la carte much better than gacha based. Gacha based makes people more money, but a la carte is very good. Path of Exile. I spent a lot of money on Path of Exile, probably more than I've spent on the gacha games I played. Maybe not Arcanites, but that's a different story. I like Arcanites. It's good. But I haven't spent that much on it. It's, that's all at will. Like a, well, kind of thing. But I've spent a lot on PoE. And I haven't played in like 2 years. Not 2 years, but like a year and a half probably. Played in February 2022, so a year. I did not see the new ones though. Oh god, I'm so scared. We've gotten so far off the docket. This is what the Katamari's for, but I'm just saying. Someone got me talking about who did this? Wayful, did you do this? You did this to me. Someone got me talking about gacha games and it's over. Sorry. Oh, what the heck? These are so nice. Oh, this song is so good though. What the heck? These are so nice. Oh, I'm furious. Oh, I want the oh, it's $500. Oh, this song is so good. The Voiper one is so cool though. Yes, TGI. Yes. Oh my god, I hate it. Yeah, this is the thing. So my main argument is this: is that as somebody who has been like not deep diving, but kind of deep diving in the field for a little while now, the gacha field is dangerous. I do not want to minimize that in the slightest. But at the same time, I do think oftentimes, like, you know, traditional gaming circles do demonize the experience. Not demonize, but like, because like they should be demonized. It is very exploitive and bad. Let's be clear about that. But what I should say is like they're treated maybe more radioactively than they should be. Does that make any sense? Like there are ways to enjoy these games without ruining your life. I think that's, and I think there's a lot to be gained from them. There's a lot of good things going on in the space that often get ignored fully out of hand just because of what they are. Which is to say, a dangerous thing, but one that I think is perhaps not more dangerous than, like, you know, the majority of AAA games right now, which are sort of, you know, derided, but not, God. But you know what I mean? I don't know. It's complicated. Anyway, we're gonna do a gacha variety hour at some point soon, just to go through some of the games. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Exactly. It's you know, like with most things, doing so responsibly is the important thing. And if you are not in a position to do so, then hey, steer clear. Genuinely, oh my god, please be safe with your finances. But on the other hand, you know, if you can survive the ordeal, there can be some good stuff. If that kind of thing sounds appealing to you, like for me, the update cycle is very enjoyable to dig into. You know, like Arcanist events are like 40 to 50k words, so there's like a minor visual novel dropped down like, you know, once every month-ish, on top of other stuff and all the extra stuff. Like, that's pretty fun. That's a pretty fun thing to go through. Ooh, that's not good for Yes, docket. Back to the docket real quick. Yes. As far as content goes, sorry for the wild sidebar. We'll get back around to it though. I know also I'd go through these, but like, yes, no, they're long. Like I said, I am unfamiliar with, like, you know, Chinese literary tradition. As I understand it, like fantasy, sci-fi, Chinese fiction can be very long-winded, and translating it is assuredly a nightmare. So that's a whole thing. If you can vibe with it though, it's really fun. But it's certainly like a different mode than I've been used to. TGA 2022, really fun. We had a good time on that stream. And the Steam sale, that was a new thing actually. We didn't like the TGA results really, I don't think, but we played the trilogy. Yeah, we the last Katamari had that as that was the theme of the last one, if memory serves. Was that we had that on there? Yes. That was on my. I think I checked the October one was like the end of October and did cover the trilogy. We're gonna play more in the future. I forgot to put that in the future bit, but like I just don't know when, so I'm not writing it down yet. But yeah. Oh, hello. Massive L. Massive L. Yeah, exactly. So it's a little complicated. So, Steam sale. Would people like to see more of the Steam sale thing? Elden Ring good. I agree. Oh, we already played 2 and 3. The VODs are not up yet, but I have played 2 and 3 on stream. So the VODs will be going up as part of the VOD project. But they are they have been played. So yeah. Yes. Or we could do Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It's another option. As I understand it, at least that would be an option. Yes, we did one of those recently and had a very good time going over just like, you know, recommendations and going over just sort of what was on sale. We had a pretty fun time with that. And if y'all want to see more stuff like that, let me know. I do like doing the news coverage and other stuff like that, so getting chances to do more stuff like that, of course, sounds great to me. And if you want to see more, let me know. Playing in order, yeah. Yeah, I am often a fan of going chronologically, just because I think it's nice to do so, you know? Of course, more award shows. Yeah, I agree, Trinaut. Yeah, having a chill day where we can do stuff like, you know, just sort of chill and chat for a bit and cover stuff. You know, do a whatever I've got written down for a document or people have written down to talk about. Yeah, exactly. Katamari, you could do shiny hunting. There's lots of things to do that are very chill in that kind of mode. So I very much agree. That could be a nice thing to have. That could be the Sunday schedule for the time being. You know, Sunday Souls was very fun for a while. Correct me if I'm wrong. We haven't had many calls for Sunday Souls recently. I've not heard like a, you know, a rioting mob that we have not had Sunday Souls in a little bit, but, you know, could be a good thing to fill that slot with. You misunderstood. That's entirely fair. I do like, I like Sunday Souls. It's just as I was saying, well, you could, it's fun. It'll be fun, I swear. But the main thing I would say is it's tricky because as I was saying on stream this week, it's tough for me because like I have many ideas and not the time to execute them. Like, by God, if we had more time on stream, watch out. True, it's true. On the other hand, it's really hard to spoil a Souls game. Time is hard. So like I would like to do these things. It's a little tough to figure out what to fit in when, but I think we can do some stuff like this, you know. Yeah, so like if I'm not like deep diving a game, for example, it's going to be hard to get, you know, properly spoiled. We also probably, I don't even know what our next one to revisit would be. Salt and Sanctuary, maybe, if we never actually played that. Yeah, you definitely can. I mean, like if you're like sort of casually watching a Souls game, it's hard. You know, you could avoid spoilers, I think. Oops. We did okay, I think. I think we did okay. So true, so true. So you know how it goes. Sunday Souls, I think I do agree, like having like a dedicated at least one night off. Yeah, that's the hard part. Like, Bloodborne is so much more compelling with spoilers. Purse Owner 3? Oh! I was like, what are you talking about? Yes. On the question mark pool. But maybe. I want to play it. I also, you know, we also could play more SMT. I liked SMT a lot. You know, there's many games to play. So... Yeah, I think as far as some notes so far go, keeping in mind the so I'm gonna just write it down real quick. That make sure I have this for later. Um, and true. Oh, that'd be fun. True. So the chill night I like, and one that which I work in. So we'll do a quick little preview to part 3 right now. We're jumping around a little bit, but hopefully y'all can follow. There will be some manner of schedule shift coming up in the future. It will not hopefully be super dramatic, but unless there, I've been referencing this recently, but not been too. I'm starting a new job soon-ish. TM. There's been some weird stuff going on with it. It'll be work from home. I shouldn't have a dramatic life disruption, but I'm predicting having less time available. So I'll probably have to cut back a little bit on a night or two, I think. We'll see what happens, basically. I could be totally fine. Don't need to change at all. I'm just anticipating needing a little bit more time during the week, so my feeling is I'm either going to be, doing another weekend stream, or we'll figure it out. Basically, there'll be some sort of schedule shift as I do that, and I'll probably, add back after. And we'll figure it out, basically. No major plans to shift things around dramatically, but just keep that in mind. I want to make sure people know that ahead of time if there's a sudden, like, hey, why is SL not streaming Sunday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/SL_TV, because it's I got a job thing coming up. Yeah, exactly. So there's some options there for sure. It is not full-time streaming, believe it or not. So, but yeah, so I appreciate the patience in that. So that's that. We'll come back to that later, but yeah, Danganronpa started. I like it a lot. It's pretty wild. It's kind of as expected, honestly. Danganronpa, it's kind of what I was expecting, but it's also not what I was expecting. It's been really interesting. I'm excited to play more. I think we are barely scratching the surface right now, and I think well, some people do that, right? There's the streamathons. So I'm excited to but yeah, I do think, I know you mentioned earlier, Shrew, that we'll probably take a break after one. It depends on how deep in we are and how much people are enjoying it. This is one of those things that, to get into the stream meta for a second, like, is difficult for me to plan because, looking for, I like the series to succeed especially when we're enjoying them. The trick is, I think, in figuring out the right blend. Oh yeah, I know I'm not ready for it, so I'm excited for that though. And if striking while the iron's hot to do game 2 right away seems to make the most sense numerically, whatever that means, whether that's, on stream or YouTube or both, I may do so. But that's the type of thing that, it's tricky because, like I said, I also don't want to overload people on it. It's very tough, like I said, I mentioned recently during the mini Katamari during the week. It's tough because variety streaming is a weird place to be, and it's tough. I don't know. I really haven't played enough yet. Oh, we're getting the slowdown, folks. We'll see. So far, Kyoko and Celeste probably. Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially if I get chat, if you watch the spoilers, because people probably maybe not be watching. It's too late now, but be so advised. No, of course not. So yeah. We'll see, basically. But yeah, I think we could sort of talk about Ace Attorney again. And etc., etc. We'll give it a look once we're done with 1, I think, and we'll see where we're at. We could get embroiled in Fire Emblem as well. We'll figure it out. No. No. You will be moderated. So yeah, comment up. So that's the main stuff from the past. I think it's been a good few months. I think we got a little too sidetracked into Pokemon. I think that that's, you know, not too controversial to say. I had a lot of fun doing it. I think, you know, in terms of keeping up with the games, you know, maybe a little too deep on Pokemon. Other than that, I think I had a good time, and I really enjoyed Resident Evil. The roguelike resurgence has been great, and I've had a good time. So looking forward to playing more Danganronpa. It's been a really fun time to start that, and yeah, not been a bad stretch here, I don't think. So thumbs up for me on that. On the current stuff, unclear whether we do 2 or 3 right after. If at all, if we don't like, I know. If we don't, that's why I had it on the present. I'm like, that's kind of soon, especially if you play Fire Emblem in like 2 weeks. I already have, actually. I haven't played 3 Remastered yet, but I have played 2. I don't know if the VODs for that exist or not. They probably do. If they do, they will be part of the VOD project, of course. We'll talk about the VOD project in the future segment, because I've been promising that one for a while. Probably in the last Katamari, in fact. Sorry, everybody. This really has been Danganronpa 2013. So, yeah, I think they do exist still. I have a lot of files on my hard drives because I was going to upload them. Oh, I see the heart there. Hold on, let me get that. Let me get it. Yes. So yeah, upcoming. We'll figure it out after. We'll figure it out, I think, afterward, after DR1, how what the vibe is, but we'll see what's up there. And then after that, so Resident Evil 8. Yes, Resident Evil 8 is certainly on the docket because that was part of Mr. Bones' Wild Ride this year, and by God, we'd like to finish it. I want to play it very badly. It seems like a great game. There's content coming up for it. All these things are good about it. We would like to play RE8, so we're gonna play it. When? I don't know. But we gotta figure out all this other stuff. But we're gonna play it. That's for dang sure. 86 is great. Out of 80. So was the anime. Watch 86. 86. It's very good. I know. The 86 Constellation is also great. I mean, we like kind of decimated this. This was great. Look at this. Has there ever been a dub this large? Look at this. Absolutely barren. Engage. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. There's been some minor drama over it already, and I don't know. We'll see. Shrug, basically. We'll see. Maybe we'll like it. I'm probably gonna play it. But we'll see. Look at that. 1866, 86 out of 88. Oh, yes, thank you for the reminder. That's, yep, that can go on the, do we have the, hold on, at some point, let me just pull it up real quick. I pulled it up recently. The SL_RPG documents, which was like 4 years old. Yeah, 2019. Yes, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. FF10's not on there, actually, on the documents. Is the RPG document linked in chat still? Maybe, I don't even know. But anyway, there are many games on the document already. 10 will be one of them. We did play 6, actually. We got that one done. 100 points. Perfect score. Easy clap. Dead Space Remaster, it'll depend entirely on how that's received, honestly. If it sounds like it's going to be fine, we probably won't play it. If it's like, you know, revolutionary, we'll play it. I don't know. I like Dead Space. I'm not like deeply enamored with the idea of playing it again right now. It sounds sweet. Like I like Dead Space. Don't get me wrong. I like Dead Space, but also, I don't know, it's fine. We'll see. Octopath 2, I'm going to play it. I have to contend with this. They promised they fixed my one problem with the first game. I only had the one problem. It was just a massive problem for me. For anybody who was not there for the ancient lore, I am infuriated with Octopath Traveler's writing because the game appears structured around building a party of 8 people. And that is what the game is ostensibly structured around. But what it actually is 8 completely unconnected, unrelated stories that have nothing to do with one another. As your characters stand motionlessly watching the character going through them. And that felt like such a comical oversight in the writing that I was just too furious about the missed opportunity to want to play more. It was a very fun RPG. The systems slap. The art, I'm obsessed with the HD 2D engine. I liked the cast pretty well. This infuriated me so much. I mean, really, I'm not somebody to, like, complain about, like, plot holes or, like, stuff like that. I think that's very silly on the whole. But, like, I can't emphasize enough. Like, I don't get that deep into the role-playing element of RPGs on average. But I was sitting there, my main character I've selected, an apothecary. His main motivation on the planet is to help as many people medically as he can. You go to the first chapter of the Dancer's intro story. You are forced to have your main character in the party at all times. Okay? All times. Controlling the apothecary. He's just standing there in the desert as the dancer watches her best friend bleed out on the sand. Makes not even a comment. There's nothing, because there's no context. Because, you know, there's so many permutations, they just didn't cover them, which is understandable development-wise. But writing-wise, I'm just like, it's just the whole ethos of the character. This is the one thing he cares about. And if there was like, oh, that's too deep, I can't say. And like, what this could have been is he's tormented about it. The two of them connect over the injustice being dealt here. There's lots of ways to handle this. But what happens was nothing. Not even a throwaway. Like, you know, it would have been not smart to have a throwaway line, right? What the hell is happening, like Katamari? Octopath Traveler. Combat is so good. The music is so good. Like, the whole presentation is immaculate. It is one of the single best looking RPGs I've ever come into contact with. It is an unbelievably pretty game all around presentation wise. But I just, the writing thing just like threw me for such a loop. I was just like, no. And it didn't help that I had just played Chrono Trigger right before it, I think. Not like right before it, but close to it. And that is a game from the 1990s that has all of its plot lines commented upon by each character in the party at all times, no matter what your party is. And just like seeing that and then going to Octopath, I was just like, what? Nothing? Not even a throwaway line? Like, just something. So, you know, it gets moderately better later. They add this weird thing where you can, like, you know, there's like I think it's like literally phrased as like a side story or something. But if you are playing the game and the plus button appears, you can push plus and get a side conversation between two characters finally. But it's very much framed as like an out-of-the-story side thing, which was just such a weird decision. I was just not motivated to continue playing. So it's a game that I really like in a lot of ways, but was too infuriated by writing-wise to keep playing. So I'm really hopeful for 2 because I really liked 1. Except for the, you know, the big deal breaker. But aside from that, I was all over it. Anyway, I very rarely have like a heavily negative response to media, but God help you if I do. So true. Yeah, for many years we joked on the stream about my hesitance to do a BioShock Infinite rant, and I still don't remember if I've ever actually done it or not on stream. And I should not, and I will not, but most likely at least. But Another game that I'm just like, I hate being, not negative, but just like, I don't know. I just am not that motivated by, yeah. I am not that, especially on stream. I'm just like, there's no, like, what am I doing here, right? Like, what's the, you know. For me, the ethos of the thing is not to be like, oh, yes, let us spend much time on this. But, and also, I like a lot of things. I'll like things more or less, but I find there's often a lot to like about a lot of things. They can be imperfect or flawed, but nothing gets me riled up more than something that is, like, aggressively squandering its potential. And so Octopath, and to a much wilder extent, Infinite, are, up there for me. Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. There are many takes online. There are many takes online, and you know what? There are many places to get your takes, and I will offer plenty of takes. But like, I don't know. Maybe I need it. I don't know if we did that good, folks. Yeah, and like, you know, because like I think on the other hand, you know, there's certainly like a danger to doing the like no negativity smile, positive vibes only smile. That's like also very like, but it's just not. I don't know. I do not enjoy just like being hyper negative. Yeah, exactly. Criticism is a core part of the thing, but yeah, going off, not too often for me. So. But Octopath, because the reason why is that I really like Octopath. There's the reason why I feel so impassioned by it. It's like it's so good, but oh my god, I hate it. So that's the immediate future. If you have more ideas what you want to see, let me know. I know we had a few people in chat just to speak up about that. If you on Twitter or Discord in the future, come on and let us know. We got plenty of ideas, including, you know, I talked about Yakuza, FF14, plenty of thoughts. So definitely send them through. Yes. Yep. It's just a game that more or less does live and die by its writing. Didn't get there on the writing. All right. So phase 3. We talked about the schedule shift, the VOD channel. So here's a long-running conundrum. For anybody who's been following the _ industries news for a couple of years now, you'll know this has been an idea I've tossed around like probably in the last 4 or 5 Katamari and Chills at least. It's been a minute. I fear it because here's, so you know, if anyone has thoughts on this, let me know, because the YouTube channel as it stands, my YouTube channel, Essel YouTube channel, is mostly based on VODs. If I move the VODs elsewhere, what are we gonna put on the channel? On the other hand, you know, I'll keep the, you know, the event coverage stuff on the YouTube side, on the main channel, but like, yeah, exactly, right? So this is certainly one of the options I have literally thought about, is preloading the VOD channel, or just like, you know, dumping some of the, it's up already. It's already exists. You can follow it. It's, I don't know where it's linked exactly, but it's out there. There's probably a link to it somewhere. And there's nothing on it yet. So here's the conundrum. I would like to make videos. I've been saying this for many years. It remains true. Oh, it's okay, cool, thank you. That's what I thought, but I wasn't positive. My feeling is this. Highlighting YouTube's algorithm is very fickle. And, you know, I do not like to talk about numbers because I don't think they're very helpful to talk about publicly, on average. That being said, I think it is not controversial to suggest I would like the channels to grow over time. That would be cool. Don't have, you know, significant ambitions to, you know, do so financially. I don't, you know, I got that kind of covered in other ways. So this is this is mostly a for fun thing for me. But it's fun if they grow, and then we have some more people around, and there's lots of perks all around, right? So that shouldn't be too controversial. I would like the channel to do well. The question is how to do that, and I do think that running the main channel, if I am going to be posting edited content, crushing that in between VODs, probably not a smart move. My ideal situation would be one where you would be willing and interested to have, you know, notifications on for the main channel, because it does not post too often. If it's once every week or 2 weeks, then you're gonna get only one ping instead of like a billion pings, right? The VOD channel is more of an archive, and that's where the VODs go, so you can watch the VODs. Hello, Couch. How are you? Good to see you. So that is roughly the VOD channel premise, is like to clear space to put, just to highlight and showcase videos TM on the main channel. That is the question, of course, is that I say this, but I've not actually done the edited videos yet. We've done a couple in the past, ranging from like highlights or cut down edited versions of streams. There's actually 1% of 4 one that I put a bunch of time into, I think. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, that happened, I think. But it was just labeled as like episode, 60 something special. So it kind of lost in the Persona 4 sauce. I don't actually do a lot of like art, but that'd be fun though. Oh, you're saying in the Discord. Either way, interested to hear what you have to say. But yeah, so that's a lot of stuff I'd be interested in doing. So as far as yeah, so the problem is like that strategy I think works really well on YouTube. I think the problem is it usually involves a full-time editor, and I don't have time for that. So I'm like, so tricky to figure out how to do that. Oh, yeah, I mean, certainly an option. I think, I mean, if anybody's ever interested in seeing like like I don't know, because I know people do like editing streams and stuff like that. If anybody's ever interested in like a chilled out, work stream, not like work, but like, editing or whatever, I could do something like that. I've never tried it before. I did talk about doing like a Warhammer painting stream at one point. That could be kind of fun and chill. I could probably get the camera set up working for that, where I would sort of show up and do some painting. Yeah, that's the problem. So like the VODs, if I keep up with the VODs, it's not a big deal. It's like post VODs to the VOD channel. Doing more than that is the tough part. Because like I have historically had ambitions to do more than that. Like if any of y'all have watched the Persona 4 VODs, there are a good number that have like an intro segment that I edited. VODs for the VOD editing. Great question. No, but so there's like this number of Persona 4 VODs that have like an intro segment to do a little highlight bit. That was really fun to do, but it was a lot of time and energy for something that I had to do like, we were creating like 2 episodes a day. And if I ever fell behind on that, like it just immediately became like a mountain of work. So yeah, so I'm hesitant to talk about this at any time because like I do not want to, I do not want to get y'all's hopes up. I appreciate the interest very much. I want to emphasize that this is all just concept, and I do not have a timeline for when YouTube stuff will come out. But the long-term plan, just to keep you guys sort of updated on my direction for the channels, is to eventually have edited stuff on the main YouTube channel and other like event stuff, and then have the VODs on a separate channel. If that's something y'all are interested in, let me know too. If you're like, no, I like having VODs on the main channel and don't want to have 2 channels, that's fine too. That's just my current plan for the long term once I get on the editing cycle. So, other stuff that comes to mind is doing shorts, YouTube shorts as a thing. That's pretty easy to do. YouTube shorts, I would love to do video essays, but like highlights, but substantially more time taken, right? We've historically done an occasional like off-stream, on the YouTube channel, like there are a few YouTube exclusive Let's Plays on the channel from a few years back now, but they are up there. Those are not streams, those are just Let's Plays. So there's a lot of things that I have a lot of ideas for YouTube, certainly doing stuff like stream highlights, video essays. I could also talk about, Doki Doki. One of the first big series I did was a Let's Play exclusive, because that was smart too. Doing that as a stream would have been a mess. But yeah, basically, long story short, AT is I have a job change coming up soon, which is very exciting, but will probably mean a little bit less time during the week for me. So I may need to drop a night and or move a night to the weekend, figuring that out still. But I'm not planning to like stop streaming or anything. So all should be well, but I may need to peel back a little bit to my stream timing. So just be advised, I may have to drop a little bit, especially as it starts up. And once I get used to it, it'll be a little bit different, but Yeah, so that's also another thing to do. which I'm doing a whole new thing. I've been doing, a lot of like consulting stuff the last few years. Or not like consulting, but like, contract work. And this is a proper full-time thing. So cool and exciting, but it's not 100% started yet, but it is all but lined up at this point. So, so true. Yeah. So yeah, I think doing, thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, nothing formal yet, but I appreciate that. So yeah, so I think there's strategies for the VOD channel, I think. And right now, anything that's currently in part on the main channel will go up on the main channel for now. If we move them later, whatever, but, this will be for later once I have a pipeline for the edited stuff. So again, shorts, essays, meme videos, there's lots of stuff we could do, for videos. So I just have to find the time in the schedule to, no, I appreciate that. Seriously. Yeah. Very much appreciate that. That is often, for anybody who is not in the streaming game, as it were. Again, I want to stress this is like not a financial situation for me, so everything stream-wise is very like low key, but it is a very stressful thing to think about, like taking time off the stream, because it feels like very much a thing that if you stop it, it goes away, right? That is often the impression on Twitch. It's like, if you stop streaming, people leave. And that is the case. I don't blame anybody for that, to be clear. Oh my God, I do it all the time. A streamer goes offline for a month and I forget, like, oh, who are they? Notifications are off, right? Like, whatever, right? Totally happens. So I get panicked about that, but I appreciate the support for sure. It means a lot. And of course, just look at the Discord and stuff. So appreciate very much the support for the understanding for the schedule stuff. So I very much appreciate that. So yeah, videos is the thing that if I had a goal for the year on the stream, right? I could say numerical goals. I don't think they're that helpful to share, because I don't know as far as these things go. Yeah, that is, so that's I mentioned like the difficult side of doing variety, which is to say like, I'm appreciate that, seriously. Variety is tough to find people to watch the stream. That is sort of from the streaming perspective, it is difficult because building a community up is challenging because you have to find people in various places instead of being able to just hit the same category over and over again. Like that is the smart way. If you're building a stream, the smart thing to do, by far, is to focus on a game or a small category, because then you'll see the same people over and over again, and then it's easy to build up those relationships and to build up people's interest, right? If I play Persona 1 month and then I play Pokemon for a month, there's no way this is happening, right? So that is the challenge. The good news is, AT, which what you're saying is, if it does work out and people do find the stream, then it can kind of works out, right? So very much appreciate the support on that for sure. Means a lot. But yeah, so that's the welcome back. So yeah, if I had I have, like behind the scenes goals for like what I want to see, growing the stream, right? But that's I think something that's not worth sharing too much. So I have a goal, but those are much more like things I would like to do rather than the actual objective. The main objective I have this year is the video side, I think, which is weird because we're on the stream right now, but like the main regret that I have in terms of like stuff I haven't done the last few years is videos. I've been talking about it for years. I would love to put some videos out because anybody doesn't know, I have a film and media studies background kind of from schooling, and I like editing and making stuff, and I don't do it a lot. So I would love to make some videos. Making the time for it and making myself to sit down to do it, oh my God, that's a whole nother story entirely. So the goal is to get myself to do that and make some stuff that y'all will enjoy. Again, I don't know what form it takes or what schedule it takes just yet. And I have a tendency to have my ambitions outstrip my capacity with this type of thing. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, AT. So that's something that I want to talk about that real quick next. So put a pin in that for 1 second. But yeah, so thank you for bearing with me. I do think it is on average worthwhile to share the ambitions with the understanding that they may not all come to be. But it is certainly my intention to, that is my goal for the year, as it were, is to, New Year's resolutions are a fraught endeavor, but they can be useful. And yeah, for the stream, for sure, it's going to be, the goal is to get some videos going, because that helps us out in a lot of ways with regards to a lot of stuff. Like, it's like a game I kind of want to play but don't want to stream. Doing a video on it's a great thing to do, you know? So yeah, so I know earlier tonight, AT, Trinot mentioned the idea of doing a dedicated, like, you know, chill night where we're not really playing a lot of gaming. But do a, you know, just do a chat segments. I forgot. I forgot. I was like, oh, we're killing it. Yeah, for sure. My idea is just too good. My ideas are not too good, but there are too many of them. Because some of them are good. Some of them are good, but not all of them are good. That's for sure. I forgot. So yeah, so videos are a big goal. I know it's kind of, again, awkward for the stream side because like that means I'm doing less stream or doing you know, it's like not a stream benefit, but I'm having a good time with the games we've been playing. It's been pretty fun. So, you know, stream side thing is going okay as far as that goes. I do want to get the video stuff spun up for sure. But yeah, that's certainly the goal, Shrew. I think that's a great way to frame it, and yeah, that is definitely a goal of mine. Is to build up. So I think no, very much appreciate the understanding on that. But you know, so my intent is to get some videos going for y'all, and hopefully we can get there sooner than later. As for the new stuff, that very much something we want to do. So yeah, so Trinot was saying earlier, suggested a doing a weekly, maybe on Sunday or something, like news and chatting segment, so we can do just a chill kind of, you know, thing like we did earlier this week. We just sort of chatted about some of the various stuff going on. People had some ideas for things to talk about, whatever. Yeah, no, for sure. And that is a good idea too. It's tough. And that's the thing. I think it's important to note that, like, it is, you know, easier said than done, but to, you know, not beat yourself up over stuff like that, because, you know, it's not worth it. It's a tough line to sort of walk, trying to, like, actually follow through on goals like that without being negative about it. You know what I mean? It's hard to find a good balance between being overly ambitious, under ambitious, you know, overly punitive towards yourself. It's a tough line. But yeah, if y'all are interested, I'm certainly interested in doing a weekly, you know, news coverage / chatting bit. Either over, like, you know, a shiny hunt or something chill like that, something easy to keep up with. Yeah, it's tough. I think, you know, the advice that I would give to myself as well as others would be just to, you know, start with whatever you can as soon as possible. Like, if you have an idea that you've been sitting on that you're like, man, do 5 minutes of it, like, right now, or as soon as you can. I can't do it right now. I'm playing Katamari. But as soon as you can, get rolling. The momentum thing is so real. It's so real. Ideas take a ton of work, for sure. And then turning them into reality takes a ton of work. You know, it's tricky. Very tricky. It is what it is. It is what it is with this Katamari. Yeah, I just, you know what I mean? Like it's for me at least, you know, especially I think something that we can probably a lot of us can relate to. It's been tough the last few years living on planet Earth. There's a lot of things people would have liked to have done that have not been possible due to, you know, some of the state of things. Right? It's tough. And you gotta give yourself credit for what you've been doing, while also trying to start on something. Yes, exactly. I think breaking it down into as small of a chunk as you can is big. Actionable, concrete, small item. Now, I need to take this advice too, but small item, start with something, and then you can like much like the Katamari. That's what we're playing this tonight. So it's all a you know, self-actualization metaphor. Small Katamari, couple little bits, go. It's tough. I think there's ways to do it, but it's a tough line to hit, I think. Yep. Absolutely. So that's that. And then what is game schedule? I think the game schedule just means what I was saying about the I think it's just what I was saying about the like weekly game rotation, where like I think, you know, one thing I do have to think I want to adjust a little bit. Yeah, it's very much me waffles for sure. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I wrote it like 2 hours ago too. It's like not 2 hours ago, but like, you know, this afternoon. Whatever. Is the problem the problem / pitfall of playing something like Danganronpa or a major narrative playthrough and having that be the only thing we stream for like 6 weeks. That's the problem. Not a problem. I should emphasize, if you like the game, this is not a problem, but it's a problem for anybody who doesn't like the game. So it can be a problem. And yeah, I want to build around the schedule a little better. Because, you know, it reduces our speed of progress in those games for sure. Like, if we take a night off a week from Danganronpa to do something else, that will slow down the Danganronpa experience, but it'll also let us play other things. And people who are not watching it in, so, you know. So yeah, that is most of our scheduled stuff. Yeah, and yeah, if you play too much Danganronpa, then we're gonna... Oh my god, then we're going to... we're gonna become the Joker. If I play that much Danganronpa, I'll be so society pilled, I'll become the Joker. I can't do that. I can't afford to become the Joker. So yeah, so you know, I think pacing it out's good. And this is true of any major playthrough, I think. So you know, tough line to follow, of course. B3, right, okay. What do you mean by a sub stream? Like playing games with subs, or which A2? Just curious. Yeah, it's tough. So for me, historically, this is what I've often done on Wednesdays. Oh, like a mini. Oh yeah, yep. Doing a short stream that'll be something that I'm gonna probably be doing in the future, as the work schedule ramps up. I think that'll be very likely to happen, where we'll do like a very short, just like whatever stream to hang out and catch up. Just do a quick little like, hey, checking in. What happens? Here's a little game. Yeah, so that'll be something I'm very likely to do. I often feel better doing that than taking a whole night off, where I'll just show up for an hour, stream, and go, hey, that was fun, I gotta go. So if y'all are cool with that kind of stuff, definitely something I like doing on occasion. Or, you know, in the future, maybe a little regularly. But I think tends to be more preferable than just like a whole off night for a lot of cases. Some cases I need the off night, but in others, it's nice just to have the quick little break. So yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Exactly, yeah. So doing a little test game, small indie stuff. Like, I know you played Frog Gun that one time. That was very fun. Yeah, exactly. That's a good call. One-offs are great. So, very, very good point. Oh, so true. Is there any, is there a Splatfest? I haven't played in so long. I got very lost in the Pokemon sauce. Yo, I don't know if you heard yet, but Paradox Mons are going to be legal in February. I'm so excited. Gonna show up with the triple moth comp. No, we're not showing up with 3 moths. We're showing up with 1 moth. Yes, exactly. Totally fair, sure. It's on right now? Oh my god. Yeah, I forgot. Is it on right now? Oh my god. Rip. Is it on for like the next week, or is it over like tomorrow? Okay. Please, I'm sorry. I totally missed the message. AT sent earlier. Or tomorrow. Rip. Yup. Yup. I mean, here's the thing. Pokemon's kind of good. I hate to say it. Oh, Fujio! We love Fujio. Yeah, at least go throw your, you know, your preferred team vote in. So yeah, as far as other chill stuff, like I said, I will threaten the Gacha Variety Hour returning. That's a pretty fun stream, I think. It can be a little weird, but it just ended. Wow. Sick. Oh, it's the small cat is Liquid Snake? Really? Oh, I didn't know that. That makes sense, but... But... yeah. God. The layers of Splatoon are always much to think about. Oh, fascinating. Okay. Another dub. Another dub collected, Maples. Congratulations. That is Liquid Snake. Fascinating. That's fascinating. So yeah, that's most of the docket. If anyone's got questions or feedback or thoughts, hit me. If you've not already shared them, you don't have to also, but if you have them, release them into the wilds. Never had a thought, that's fine. Same here. Clearly. Certainly not for the last hour 36. No thoughts, head empty. No thoughts, stream empty. So true. Oh, Fujio. We love Fujio. He's not one of my all-time favored cousins though. Octo. I did not. I should play it. Xenoblade. Right. Yes. Holocure. Genshin. Here's the thing. I can't play Genshin. I can play Genshin, but what happened was when did I even like formally quit? Because I was saving up for Ayaka for so long. Because she was like pre-release, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta have her. She's Ice Virgil, voiced by Sayori Hayami. I gotta get her. That's the best possible concept. Oh, in general. But that's what happened. And I was like, you know what? Hold an L large enough, you just have to stop playing the game. Yeah. Yeah, do you want to play Xenoblade at some point? Whenever they release, like I said, I'm not opposed to Hoyo Lab in general though. Oh, this one's pretty fun. The song is great. The Katamari Forever soundtrack is fantastic. Again, it's mostly remixes. That is fascinating. Oh, we can't do the engaged thread again. Sorry, but you might have missed the engaged thread earlier. I have not. We're gonna play it, but I'm just. I'm just warning us. We're not gonna have a big engaged thread again. Oh no. Okay, but yeah, but you know, we'll get to it soon enough. TM. Yep. Oh, Holocure update, nice. Pikmin. I'm so excited for Pikmin. Oh right, Pikmin series playthrough. Are we in for this? Interest in a Pikmin series run. I'm feeling pretty good about that one. Or at least 1 and 2. Cause we did 3 not that long ago. Oh, the song, the Katamari theme club mix. This is so good. Pikmin series, we have votes for yeah, alright. Pikmin 1 slaps. I'm probably gonna suck at it though. I haven't played in so long. And it's very like, it's very tense. It's a very tense game, honestly. A little upsetting, a little tense. One thing in terms of video essays I'd love to do one day, I would love to talk about Nintendo's like very low-key horror. Yeah, one sec. Nintendo does a very good job of doing low-key horror, in large part because their games are not horror games. There was some stuff in Pikmin 1 in particular that's very like, that's upsetting, honestly. Not deeply so, but very unsettling and very, yeah. Kirby, yeah, Kirby's got like the cosmic horror stuff at the end game usually. Yes, and 64 Zelda in a big way. Yeah, I think it's really, like, I think, you know, spoiling the video script. Like, it's so much of it is like the context and like expectations game. Like playing Resident Evil 7, there's like there's this sort of fear inherent in entering this creepy house and the anticipation of like what could be in this horrifying locale that we know is horrifying, right? Whereas in Pikmin, it's like this sort of magical, wonderful new world and this, you know, very wild and hostile but interesting environment. And then sometimes you like turn the wrong corner into like a boss area and like this horrifying beast is just ready to eviscerate every Pikmin you own. And they literally die. Exactly. Snaggered. Oh my god. No. On the other hand, you have oh rip. The bread Bulborb, who is like very cute. Do, 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 do. What is this? This is in the game? You're joking. Oh my god. Oh my god. Nintendo. They just snuck that in there? Oh my god. People who do, like, real-to-life chat localizations, very powerful. Holy moly. I did not, no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying earlier. I should at some point. I barely touched 2, actually. Yeah, that's awesome. I heard nothing but praise for it. Man. So, yeah. That's so good. That's so good. So yeah, I think that's what we got for now. We'll check in again soon. With regards to future Katamaris, I don't know whether monthly is the right frequency. If we do more regular chatting streams, I think we could do it like every other month. Oh my god. We talked about originally doing it monthly. It was monthly for like 3 months, and then it stopped being monthly, and I skipped like 6 months because I forgot. We can't do it daily. That would make me a Katamari streamer, and that is not a thing you can do. I don't think. We can become a Katamari speedrun stream, I guess, but I don't think that's really an area we're getting into. Katamari hourly, that's bold. Yeah, we can also do it like that. We could do like just a sort of at you know, whenever it is necessary, not like on a proper schedule. Could be also reasonable. I think if we're doing more regularly scheduled chat catch-ups, I think doing because, you know, I do like to harvest from the feedback mines whenever possible to get a sense of what people think of the stuff. So if we're doing that more regularly as part of the, you know, weekly chill stream, whatever that ends up looking like. Hey, we could actually revive the trailer show. I don't know if yeah, exactly. I think that is wise advice. I don't know who was around for the original trailer show, but we used to once a week, maybe twice a week, whenever it was, would do a trailer roundup and gather all of the game release trailers for a week and watch them. Right, this is another thing I thought about actually. This is a weird one for the YouTube side mostly. We could talk about it for, you know, doing the chat streams too. Non-gaming content. Interest in these things. Probably likely to be other media. Movies, anime, whatever. But if I were to do a video on something like that, would there be interest in this type of thing? That is a question. I'm sure that's very interesting. Okay. It's a very broad question, and obviously it would depend on what it is, I'm sure. But just on a base level, where you're like, no, don't talk about not video games, Essel, or you're like, no, maybe. The kind of thing that I'm often like, well, you know, I'm just like doing whatever. Anime reviews, yeah. I know anime is probably the easiest one to do, especially because of like the area of gaming we orbit here. Oh, but sure, understandable. Just because that's a very easy one. Like we've played a lot of games that literally have gotten anime adaptations or whatever. Yeah, that's totally fair. I am fairly plugged into the seasonal anime circuit right now, so I often am filled with some takes, and I'm like, I'd love to share some takes, perhaps. And there could be other, like, you know, if I have like some genius video idea, you know, that'll be on the table too for like some random thing. But weekly Marvel reviews, I haven't seen, like, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think I watched Infinity War and then I was like, peace. Yeah, that's totally fair. I have some music interest too, but like I don't think my music interest would be super like video ready. Like I like talking about music and listening to music, but I don't know if I'm like music review feelings. But you know, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, for sure. No, I appreciate that. So that's good to know. I definitely like, I do some art adjacent stuff. I don't do like a lot of like drawing, I guess. Yeah, no, that could be fun. Like I said, I think I have been tossing on the idea of doing I do a little bit of, yeah, so true. That's me. I'll have you know, I wrote for a music publication in college. Okay, I'll have you know. It was very a college music radio blog. But you know, okay, I'll have you know. But yeah, I do think I've done, like I said, done a little bit of miniature painting for Warhammer. Oh my god, I don't even remember what it was. It was, oh god, I'm pretty sure I got Arctic Monkeys AM, but I don't remember. I know that was one that came to mind like real fast. Oh god, I did one like weird ambient, like it was kind of ambient, and it wasn't really ambient. I did something like that. I think I did the Knife album, which was at the time challenging for me. I hadn't been exposed to, you know, like industrial electronic stuff before, and I was like, yo, what is this? But it was cool. It's been a minute though, so since I thought about it. Yes, Ozzy, before your last message, your final message. And honestly, I'm fairly positive on their modern stuff. I do want to do, like, Radiant Dawn is on my, like, list of games I would like to get to when there is time for it. Like, I very much want to play it. I think it is a victim of, like, scheduling, I think, more than anything else. And priority juggling. So I don't know what the plan is. I do want to play it, if that helps. If it doesn't help, that's also fair. But that is my feeling right now. In the world where we have, like, dramatically more time to stream games, I would like to play Radiant Dawn. But I don't know when that is. Yeah, that could be good. That actually could be a good time to do it. If we ever get like a tactics kick, we could do that too. But yeah, so I think that could be fun to do. So with regards to the art stuff, I haven't seen that many myself, but the Radiant Dawn stream confirmed. No, it's not confirmed. Hold on, it's not confirmed. Doing a miniature painting can be fun. Just I've got a camera already pointing down onto towards my desk for playing webcam Magic the Gathering. But so like the setup's pretty easy for doing painting here. That could be pretty fun. Other than that, I don't know for art stream, but that could be fun. So that's at least an idea for sure. Afterpath. We played Path of Radiance. Is it on YouTube? Yeah. Oh god. So the VODs exist for Path of Radiance for sure. I don't know if I downloaded them though. I know I highlighted them. For anybody who's not aware, I've been very inconsistent over the years because it's easy to forget. I'm pretty sure that playthrough was archived on Twitch, which is a very weird 2019. Yeah, 13 videos. Yep. So it's on the Twitch channel. So it's on there. That was during a phase where I was feeling very ambitious about backing it. It doesn't take that long to back them up, but it's very easy to forget. So yeah, so I'll keep that in mind though. So yeah, it's a good call. I'm pretty down for that, honestly. If we like don't like engage that much, but we do feel the tactics energy, yeah, I'm down for some Radiant Dawn. Fire Essel, yes, Fire Essel. Yeah, so true. So okay, I'll keep that in mind too. And we can also roll on a little bit of like the, non-gaming other media stuff, like, anime and movies and music and stuff to the weekly chat bit. That happens. The other long-term ambition I will cop to, this has been going on for literal years though, and I'm so sorry to everybody who's been waiting on this. The channel stuff. I want to work on it. This is, again, ambitions outstrip my capacity. The channel art has been needing an update for many years, not many years, but like several years at least, and I've been wanting to do that for several years, and I've never gotten around to it. So certainly a goal, as well as videos, doing the, we're keeping up well on the stream. We gotta do other stuff. I'd also love to post more on social and stuff, do some posts. Yeah, exactly. That's the hard part. If I had a full-time worth of stuff to devote to it, we'd be catching up left and right. Or if I hired somebody to do the art, but I like to do my own. It's fun. I said I'm not like a drawing artist, but I do some graphic design, and graphic design is my passion. And so like, doing channel art, like I'm like, yeah. But I made this channel art like in 2017, and I've gotten much better at graphic design since then. My sensibilities have changed. Like, it needs some updating. I've updated some stuff. Like, some of the graphics are updated. Like, so the Twitter's relatively updated. Although, it probably says Persona right now. Or whatever. Oh, I hate these. Yeah, the purple staying, that's the aesthetic, but the graphics may change. So yeah, that's another thing I want to do. Like I said, I do want to post some more online. I don't know if anybody cares at all about posting. There is actually some ancient. I could probably leak some of that because it's not going to be used now. But I did like a rev of like a diner design. It was pretty sweet. but I didn't finish it, and it wasn't ever really like ready for releasing it. So I can find it actually. I can show like a couple things from that because that was like ancient now. It was like 2019, 2020. So like, look, as I said, I'm not making excuses for my lack of ability to deliver graphic assets to the stream, but on the other hand, it's been weird the last few years. You know what I mean? It so does. God, I forgot about that. See, this is the problem, right? This is the problem. This is the problem. God damn it. When I, like, this is what happens too, like, very early on, like, year one, when I played Dark Souls, the series, I decided it would be a good idea, and it was a good idea, to do a nightly, like, a once a day, following the stream, trailer for what happened in the last night, like a last time on the show thing. And this was a good idea, but I only did it like for like 2 weeks because there's too much energy. I don't have an editor. I was just playing Dark Souls. So, like, and my idea of creating, you know, slightly edited assets for all the social stuff is a pretty good idea and makes everything feel a little more current and alive. But if I forget to update it ever, then it's very bad. Ugh. Ooh. Thanks, Sketch. I appreciate that. Yeah, I figured you might like that. Yeah, it could be fun. It's very chill. Like I said, very, very relaxing. It's true. We could play 75 again. Maybe there'll be DLC. Who knows? So, yeah, embracing the fact that it's always SMT5 is the current stream makes sense. So, but yeah, that's certainly, you know, a thing. And also the emotes. I've been saying we're getting new emotes soon for like 2 years, but we're gonna do it. We have more slots. That one is more like I should probably hire an artist, but I would like. I mean, it'd be cool. I would feel good if they came out well. So like, you know, I'm gonna try to do it, but hey, got to get there, right? So that's certainly a goal. So videos, art, emotes, posts. We do have, for what it's worth, for as far as posts go, I don't know about, you know, Twitter, the state of Twitter these days. I don't know about that one, Chief. However, posting is good. I would like to strive this year. This is the New Year's resolution portion of the stream. Videos, that's the big one. If we can get videos going, art and emotes, big goal. Also, if we can get the former things going, the posting. I would like to and should, for, you know, numbers reasons, post more often. It would be good to post more often. What am I doing? Oh, this rolls so weirdly. Twitter, whatever. Here is an evil question. Does anybody actually use TikTok? It is okay if the answer is yes or no. I will not judge anybody. I do not really use TikTok. I could use TikTok to post short videos in tandem with YouTube Shorts. I am currently more inclined to try YouTube Shorts first before trying TikTok because it is one of the platforms of all time. But I am amenable to giving it a shot if people are like, oh yeah, TikTok? Yeah, I'm about that. So I'm cool. It's one of the things where I'm like, it would be a challenge, but, you know, sometimes you get time. Extremely, extremely fair. It's funny for me because I loved Vine. But for what it's worth, I liked Vine oftentimes on YouTube. So that's, you know, it's kind of cheating. Or Twitter. I liked Vine via Twitter. I appreciate good TikToks, but I do not actually use the application, is my approach. If people want to retweet a TikTok, yeah. I'll watch that video, but I will not go on the application. It is too bizarre. And that marks me as a boomer, I know. Instagram can be fun too. I don't really use Instagram. I don't really use a lot of social, honestly, but one of those things that could be both fun and cool and good for the stream if I did it. So, you know, one of those things to keep in mind. I am thinking about posting more. Will I post more? The time will tell. I'm not making promises about posting. Videos, I would like to release some videos this year, for sure. And I would really like to do art, but I want to get the videos going. The art we will survive with unupdated art. The videos, we got to get the videos going. Yeah, that's entirely fair, true. What are we doing? So, that's what we got. I really did intend to start, like, actually, you know, following Reset Era, but I never actually dove in. I'm very happy that, like, it exists, given that there is, you know, like, when you know, the original died, it was like, man, the forum culture is dead. That's so sad. And then they're like, no, here's a new forum. I was like, oh, okay. Forum culture has died, long live forum culture. That was sort of how that felt. I often use it for news scouting, but I've not, like, posted on there. I think I do have an account, though. I know it was, like, originally, like, you know, you had to, like, get in. I don't know if that's the case anymore, but... Oh, man. That's a lot of posts. Yeah, so one day, perhaps, I will investigate there more, but... You know. Understandable. You know, especially Ultimate, but Smash Bros. Can, like, really... not infest your brain, but it can be very consuming. And Ultimate felt, you know... Ultimate's something a little special. So, understandable. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, that's roughly the update. I know we got a lot of updates going right now, but this is the New Year's Katamari, so we got to get the you know, all the planning out of the way. So hopefully y'all have enjoyed the planning hour. Yeah, that's the thing. There's this thing that everybody's like, oh my posting freedoms, and it's like, on the one hand, like, if you want that, good luck to you. But I, for one, tend to prefer when the website is not caustic all the time, or at the very least, not including is minimizing the amount of toxic stuff. So, yeah, basically. So, you know, so this is the plan. So this is, you know, that's the plans. Again, I want to emphasize, this is mostly all stuff I would like to do. We will find out if I can get it done. Because again, at the end of the day, I'm not full-time. If I was full-time, we'd be talking about timelines and stuff like that, because we'd have time for it. I don't have time for it. So I'm going to do what I can. Thank you all for bearing with me. I do appreciate that greatly. Seriously. Streaming is a weird thing, and so I very much do appreciate the, yeah, absolutely, full-time. Like, easy now. Like I guess, I don't even know if I would want to, if I could. You know what I mean? Like, if the opportunity were there, I'd be like, I'm not sure I would want to. It's a very scary business to begin, from what I understand. And that sounds a little scary. Yeah, it sounds scary. Like, you know, there's versions of it I could handle, but yeah, just like straight up, you know, like this but larger. That's scary. There's versions of it that work, I think, but they mostly involve Patreon, I think. Once you get Patreon rolling, then it's like, okay, you have a little bit more like stability and stuff like that, but that's not really what this is right now. So, you know how it goes. So that's that. Yeah, exactly. It can work. It is literally possible, but it's mostly like, it's like countably possible. There are people who have done it. There's not many of them. So that is the Katamari Chill. Unless we got more takes. We may do a little more bonus stream after this, but that is the Katamari Chill. Unless we have other thoughts. If you have any further thoughts in the future, whether you're here or not, or if you're watching the VOD or whatever, drop them by. Drop in the comments below, on the Discord, on Twitter, in chat. Twitch.tv/SL_TV, Sunday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Come on by, join us live, or whatever the schedule ends up being next. Thank you so much for being here. If you made it this far on the VOD, you know, if you made it here on the stream, thank you so much. Made it this far on the VOD, you weren't even here to chat. So thank you for watching the whole thing. Hopefully you enjoyed, hopefully you have a good new year. So I'm Essel. I will see you hopefully around the channel. There's a playlist here with more Katamari if you want to do a little bit of retrospective and catch me on my long plans. But yes, thank you for and hopefully let me know what of course let us know as always what you think of the format of Katamari and Chill. If you have any thoughts and stuff, like chat in the corner. Other than like that, if you have any thoughts on the format, the docket, whatever, let us know. Drop comments wherever you see fit. Thank you for being here. Hopefully we'll see you on the stream sometime soon. Until next time. Peace.